right. Good evening, everyone. What's going on? Hello, Armando. First stream of February. Let's go. How's everyone doing? Zura joining in. Tata still chess tournament is over, so I guess we can get back to our rating grinds now. My nose is healing. Thank you everyone for asking, and I hope you are having good start of the February. New week. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna jump straight up into it, and as you can see from the title, we are playing rapid games today. My first opponent is Diego Pro 35. I'm going to be playing King's Indian attack with white and King's Indian defense with black. On knight to c6, I'm going to be mixing it up with some d4. Okay, this is called King's Indian attack French variation, apparently. When they take over the center, now I can take on c6 and go c4. Basically, we are playing Grunfeld defense with reversed colors. Okay, they play bishop d6 because they want to secure this pawn on d5. We want to put more pressure on the pawn on d5. So what I'm gonna do right now is probably this move bishop to g5. Let's go bishop g5. We want to take on f6 and then bring the knight out to c3 to put the pressure on d5. Armando, how is my sound? Is my sound good? Volume good? Okay, they go bishop e7. What if we go knight to c3 right now? Put more pressure on the d5 pawn, because now if they do push the pawn with the d4, then the c6 would be hanging. The problem with e4 is I think we can go queen a4, and now we're gonna put the pressure on those pawns from this diagonal. But I just realized actually maybe they can still go castle. Maybe I should have played queen a4 a little earlier. I think I misplayed this a little, but what if we go rook d1 now? Let's say queen moves away probably, right? Then we try to take there. They probably take back with the pawn. If you take bishop f6, bishop f6, knight d5, bishop d5, rook takes d5, queen takes b2. We probably move the rook to d1, and that's about it. We're gonna end in a draw. So we don't want to do that. If we take here, his idea is to play rook c8, and then we have to move the queen away, and then they'll take rook takes c4. Okay, rook takes c4. What if we go rook d1 there? Can that work? Say they move the queen away. And maybe we can try take knight d5 there. We got some tricks. Do we wanna take on c6, or do we want to go rook d1? Rook d1. Let's try. You know what? What if we go with this rook? d1, queen b6, bishop here, bishop takes, Pawn takes d5, pawn takes knight d5, bishop d5, rook takes d5, queen takes b2. Bishop takes e4, queen takes e2. Is that just even? But I think we may have rook h5 there, hitting the h7 and hitting the a8 at the same time. So let's do that. Let's bring the a rook to d1. So there is no rook hanging on a1. If our opponent takes with the b2 pawn. Okay. Just making sure my volume is good. And the sound. Let's bring this down. What are we thinking here from our opponent? Are we thinking that CMD, what's up? If you could be 2400 rating in anything outside of chess, what would you pick? Oh man, that's a good question. Something that probably is a high return of investment. Like, what would bring me the biggest return back? Basketball player? 2400 hedge fund manager. There we go. There we go. Yeah. That's a good one. Something that would, yeah, bring me the biggest investment. Basically top 5 of the field, yeah. Actually, I've thought about this before. One of the other answers that I've come up with was poker player, because I think if you're in 0.5, you're probably making pretty good money. But I'm not sure that that's a exciting life, so to say. But I do like to play. It does sound like a big grind, yeah. We have to take the bishops here and then take on d5 maybe? Ah, never mind. What am I saying? There's knight b6. What if we take here though? Rook goes c8, we move the queen away. If they take rook c4, we take knight d5. Same way if they play knight e5, we move the queen away. Knight takes, yeah, that I think looks pretty good. Okay, so are we thinking something that then requires not as much work, but has the high return? It probably also has to do something you enjoy doing, right? Something you really enjoy doing. Yeah, it has to be fun. So that's where poker came from, because I've actually attempted for a little bit, but it didn't. I failed, and I'm still paying. I'm still paying for it. Hold on, did he blunder knight d5? Actually, did I blunder knight d5 earlier on? Yeah, yeah, it's hard. It's hard for sure. No, but I'm, even though I do like to gamble. Not can lie. I think every chess player inherently that has that. But I also do see that you're not contributing to the good of a society. And it probably, if in order for it to be fulfilling long term, it has to be something that you are you're contributing with. What if we take with the knight here? Knight takes d5. If it takes rook c6, then we take on Hadi Place says it's 7 a.m. in the morning here. Well, that's why viewers are less. Well, it's 7 a.m. somewhere, my friend, in the world. Bishop takes d5, queen takes d5, knight b6. We simply take on e4, no? So let's say if they take, we take with the queen. They go knight b6, queen takes e4, and at the very end the rook is going to be hanging. So I think our opponent is going to end up being a few pawns down here. Maybe they'll play knight f6, but I should be able to just defend this, no? Like go back queen d4. People would say the same about chess. Well, yes, obviously I've heard about that, but chess I think is good for kids, let's say. Okay, I think you can teach kids chess, and they can use the transferable skills in other parts of their life. Although actually I've heard the same argument about poker. Like, what's his name? The billionaire child that has the podcast. The Chalapia? No. Chal. What's his name? Chal. Chamat Palihapitia. Chamat Palihapitia. Chamat. If you know who the guy is, he's basically a serial entrepreneur and a very smart guy, investor in early investor into like a lot of big companies, and he likes poker actually, and he says that teaching kids poker prepares them for real life. Yeah, let's make sure here we do not blunder. So how do we do that? Probably retreat back and maybe try to go rook d4. Yo, Damien, what's going on? David, how are you? Did it get a little warmer? Did it get a little warmer over there? We got some nice weather here. Yeah. No, I think if it's taught, I've seen it. I've seen it being taught on summer camps. You know, in Texas. What's going on? RRIDS 12. All right, let's push this pawn. That was my idea. Maybe we're gonna attack the rook on a4. Yeah, anything I think is or can be harmful if done in extreme and not with moderation. I mean, chess is the same thing, right? So obviously, the dangers of playing cards is higher, and the risk factor is higher. Let's defend this. But anything done in excessive amounts is, is not good. I mean, another one probably I would go with is sports. I really like sports. So I would want to be 0.5 in, let's say, basketball. Probably basketball. Or tennis, maybe. Soccer. I love all three. Bishop takes here, knight takes, bishop b7, rook b7, rook takes b2, rook takes a4, rook takes e2. We're up 2 pawns. That should be a pretty smooth conversion, no? And although we could probably just move the queen away, but... And I keep the passer. Yeah, I think that should be good, right? Let's do it. Okay, we do have to play a little faster because this is a... What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh no, don't scare me, bro. Don't scare me. Yeah, an ID too, but I saw it. I saw that. Okay, we have 2 extra pawns. Still gotta be winning here, no? Let's go here. I thought I blundered some trick. You know how it is. You know how it is. Okay. We shall start pushing. Push a piece. Okay, let's start with this one. Then we follow up with that one. A goes next. Oh man, I don't feel very comfortable with this actually. Oh my, I knew something like that I was gonna blunder. Um, nah, bro. I have to be promoting here, no? Those pawns are too far. Those pawns are too far. Still a very poor time management, but still, we got it. We got it done. All right, nice. Phew. I have to get better at when I'm talking. I should still be making moves. Brights, what up? That mean good. Oh, what happened to my eye? Man, I was sledding. So that was a sledding accident, and I fell. FB3. What up? Bro, it's a new car. No, it's a yeah. I be boxing. I've been secretly training for chess boxing. Got attacked by a polar bear in Dallas. What I heard. Thank you. Yeah, I was a little off. I was recovering from my I was recovering, you know. Plus we had Tata Steel chess tournament going, you know. I feel like when Tata Steel is going and you're watching, and plus I've been kind of heavy on YouTube. Okay, I've been posting a lot of recaps on YouTube, and then with work, okay, I have to also like I teach probably about like 30 hours a week or so, like 35 hours a week, and plus you gotta be a responsible adult, which is hard itself. I'm not sure we're managing that properly, but you know, we're trying. You gotta try at least. Good. Both me and my opponent hit 96% accuracy in your last game. How? How did you hit 90? Did it end in a draw? We are going to take a look at this game real quick. Okay, my game as well. Yeah, I think 95% kind of accuracy is only possible with a draw. Oh, nice. Nice. I like it. Okay, we got to use actually that. Nice. E4. There we go. We're up a pawn. What happened? Okay. I feel like we simplified a little too much here. Bishop G5 is probably a little extra, no? And take on E7 here. Keep it simple, man. Knight takes E4. You're threatening knight D6 now. Check. So, or even if it's not a check, you still want to go knight D6. And probably that means that bishop takes E4 should happen, and then you take back and you're enjoying an extra pawn here. So probably there was no need to. Yeah, because with opposite colored bishops, extra pawn is. I think he could have also gotten the pawn immediately back with bishop here, no? Bishop D4. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why this ended up in a draw. It went into opposite colored bishops, huh? Wait, where was the brilliancy though? What was the brilliant? Oh, 95. Okay, 95 is marked as brilliant. Okay, okay. Man. Sometimes it would be nice to have a best of Zura's games. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, that is goofy. But maybe I should do that. Best of Zura's games. I'm writing it down here. I'm taking a note. David, definitely it's something to think about. Okay, let's take a look quickly at our game here. What I could have done better. Apparently, I played what? What was the? But I actually Quads, my friend. I don't know. Actually, like someone that is a friend of mine told me, "Don't call me with my actual name." So now I'm not sure actually. Should I be calling people? Because sometimes I feel like calling people with the actual name is more like what's the way to say? You respect someone. It's a sign of a respect. Okay, that's what I thought. But I'm actually not sure how it like. Yeah, I guess some people prefer privacy. Yeah, I mean, he stops my streams often, and we are actually friends because we play also like peekaball here together. So I never know, basically, how it works and which one people prefer. Yeah, no, no, I agree. I agree. But tennis is a sport. Pickleball is a game. That's the difference. You know, tennis takes a bit to organize. You know, like playing tennis takes a bit to organize. And if you wanna play it like consistently, you have to. You know, well, first of all, the learning curve is bigger. So you have to have friends basically, or circle of people that are good, right? I'm not saying that I'm great at tennis, but on pickleball you can just go out and there will be someone on the court and you can play them. You know, you paddle up, you put your paddle on, and then basically you can play next. No, no, I know, but to arrange this, playing it consistent, I still play probably maybe once a month or so, and I love to play. My cousin is actually a pro tennis player. Brad, what's up, man? Long time no see. You doing good? You staying warm? Brad, actually, where are you? Yeah, where are you at? What what location, my friend? Because we had some cold weather out here. It's not that hard to have a friend. Do you play UTR? Yeah, UTR. I'm probably like 3.5, something like that. I played few, but I have a cousin that played pro college, and I know a lot about tennis basically, like more in theory than in practice, but also I've been around quite a bit of tennis players. Did you guys watch? Did you guys watch Australia? So I was right. This is good for me because I remember looking into this. But how did we not win a pound though? The old man still got it, bro. Old man still got it. But man, I don't know if you guys watched Djokovic versus Musetti. Yeah, it is reverse Greenfield exactly. Djokovic Musetti, man. Musetti was actually beating. Man, there was one backhand that was so dirty. I should show that. Like I should show it. Um, yeah, Alcaraz Zverev was also good. But wait, you guys able to see it? What can you see? What can you see? Man, this was something else. Honestly, this game was something else. I actually think that if Musetti is able to play consistently, he's the only one that can compete with the current Alcaraz and Sinner. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. From the defense. When you would expect that you're in trouble there, right? Like that he's gonna hit either like the lob or something. It's crazy. That was actually that was wild. Hi. Can you give me a second, guys. Give me a sec. Oh, okay. I got some refreshments. Um, yeah, no, she exactly. She just got home, and actually, she's gonna go play peekaboo. But I'm committed. Um, so yeah. Anyways, like, I don't know if you saw what happened, but basically, Musetti was up 2 sets to 0 to Djokovic, and completely outplaying him. And then had to retire because I think he started having cramps or something. It's always like that, right? Someone retires. Anyways, okay. Too much talking, not enough chess, right? Let's get back to chess. So we were right. Rook a d1 is good. Apparently the only move here is queen e8. Queen e8, what a move. That's not an easy move to find. Why is that a good move? What if you play rook c8? I thought he had rook c8 here. Oh yeah, I forgot actually. I take here and take on e4. Okay, that makes sense. Bishop takes b2. But yeah, it's always one person retires, and then that guy goes into having an amazing tournament. This time it was Novak. If you remember, also there was a Dimitrov was beating Sinner completely. I think it was it the U.S. Open? I forgot what tournament it was, but it was this last year, and Dimitrov had to retire. Basically, he was up 2-0 in sets and had to retire, and then Sinner went on to win the tournament without losing a single set, I think. Now just knight c5, putting pressure on d5, and we're playing against an isolated pawn here. Ooh, I play chess live, my friend. That was not copyright friendly. I didn't think about that, but thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, that's a tricky part with streaming also at YouTube, on YouTube. I'm never sure, like, if there is a sound that's not mine, if it's okay with it or not. We do not win the d5 though, because queen e6, we take on f6, probably we're into this position, but it's all still almost +1. Why is it that much? It feels like opposite colored bishop should be. You were saying takes on e4 and c5? I don't think that's enough. Like, if we go c5 here, I don't think that's enough. Like, bishop is probably gonna go back to e5. But yeah, I think after this conversion was pretty good. All right, we keep going. 2440. What's the goal for today? Let's see how it goes. Every time I make a goal, then it's a predicament. So I just wanna do my best. Let's go modern. Start with g6. Reads. Give me a second, okay? Damien also shared the game with me. Two of you share the games with me, right? I see it. I didn't forget it. Is he better on hard court? You asking about the Musetti? Yeah. Yeah. He's fast. He likes fast pace. But he's also quite technical. How do we stop h4, h5? I don't think I've actually faced this that many times. The immediate. So if you go knight f6, I guess there's going to be e5, right? So do we want to poke that pawn with c5 maybe? If they go d5, then we go knight f6, but then e5 again, right? So I don't want to quite do that either. Let's start with h6. It'll be too long. Let's do d6. Now, the reason I'm playing h6 is if they do play h5, then we're going to go g5 as a response. So, in a way, that stops this. I mean, it doesn't really stop, but it takes measures against. Okay, bishop c4. Now we go knight f6. Now we're ready. Ah, this guy might be actually aiming at something like that, you know? Oh, okay. That's something to keep in mind, actually. Let me open these games here so I can save. Damien's game, where was the Damien's game? He also sent me a game. Okay. Queen e2. I guess now he for sure wants to play e5. We could meet it with d5 ourselves. We could also go bishop to g4. That's a reasonable option too, I believe. Because this h4 comes at a cost. And that cost is weakening the g4 square. But bishop there, e5. Then if I take with the pawn, I just saw actually there might be bishop f7. King f7, knight takes e5. And I'm going to lose something there. So I may just go d5 here. I do not think actually it's a big deal if we simply go short castle. But if you're going to go h5, knight takes h5. So e5 takes knight d5. I think d5 looks reasonable. Immediately, and when they take, we'll take back with the knight. Okay, pawn takes d5. It will take back. If h5 basically the same deal, we're gonna go g5 here. Hey, Oneira, what's up, man? How you been? How you been, bro? You could try bishop g4, but then queen goes to e4. So let's try to secure this knight on d5 with pawn c6. So I don't know how I feel about the castle, because when we do castle, then some sort of h5 And if you go g5, I was thinking maybe knight takes g5 and sacrifice there, then h6. I didn't want to get into all that. Long story short. So I think I'm gonna wait and see. Oh, bro, knight f4. I just realized I hadn't. Wait, did I have knight f4 actually? I rushed this a little. I know, Abina Black. I had knight f4. I saw it too late, but maybe it didn't work actually. Queen e4, knight g2, and king f1 maybe. Okay, now we should be able to castle, right? Because if he goes h5, I'll just take it. Honestly, this queen c7 idea was also quite attractive. But actually not seeing knight f4 is yeah, not good. That was not good. For the challenge, let's make it 25-25. 25-25. I kind of do want to... I kind of do want to... Okay. That's helpful, to be honest. But if we can still push it to 2600, I'm still gonna try to push it to 2600. But I'm probably not gonna sweat as much, you know. Bishop goes to e3. Now that can't be the right move. I was thinking that my opponent was thinking something like h5 and stuff. h5, like bishop takes h5. Knight takes. Let's see. Let me respond to that. Do we just go knight d7 here? So I guess he wants to go long castle. But if he goes long castle, then we're gonna start pushing the pawn. So I think that's fine. Let's bring the knight out. Then we can start pushing these pawns. Bro, you're an IM though. I thought 2600 is easy for you. Man, I actually never tried Rapid. I don't know how it is. Like upper rating at 2500 level. I don't know how people play. So that's why I also want to see actually. Do title players play Rapid games? Like at that level? Streamlabs is a little off. It's allowed the link to... So yeah, if not many people play, then I just think that there will be scarcity of the players. You know? Okay, if you want to hit 2600, let's do 200, but I'll pay you 100 once you hit 25 and when you hit 26. Cool, yeah, no, that's generous of you. That's generous of you, Luis. And don't like I trust you basically. Like don't worry about like before after, okay? However you feel comfortable and flexible. You know, I only appreciate your your support and motivation. That's kind of motivation for me, right? The fuel. All right, Queen D2 is hitting this pawn quite uncomfortably. Which takes... I'm not sure if I want to go King H7 in view of something on G5 checks. So maybe we eliminate this guy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of the dark square bishop. I don't want to play King H7. There was some sort of knight G5 takes, knight takes, H file opens up. There's like too much pressure. Yeah, I was not feeling very comfortable. Let's go. Luis here is almost 1791, but he's only been playing less than a year. So I don't think it's. I think that's actually pretty good. And we're gonna push for 2000. Let's see how fast we can get to 2000. E5 is one idea. Knight B6 is another one. Which one do we wanna hit them with? Or actually, we could take on F3 and then hit them with E5. How does that sound? But then they're gonna go short castle, right? I think they're going short castle here no matter what, though. Don't you think? All right, cool. Let's fast enough. Queen takes. If we go E5, then H5. Maybe we go G5. Oh wow, he takes with the. Okay, I'm still gonna go E5. Okay, with that, he makes it pretty clear that he's not castling short. So he's basically declaring that he's going the long castle. H5 now. We can try take on d4. I think I'm gonna take on d4 nevertheless. Let's bring the knight now to d5 with the tempo, because we're also attacking the bishop. Is he gonna try to... Okay, yes, I was gonna say, is he gonna try to keep the bishop on this diagonal or move it away? Now we go knight d5. The question is going to be, where does he move the king? I mean the queen. I don't think he wants to take here, does he? And then probably we start pushing the pawn. Are there any dangers here? H5. We go G5, I guess. G5, I don't think so, or at least I don't see it immediately, because F4 we have covered with the knight. If they play rook G1, then what? Because they still can sacrifice there. Okay, A3. We could try push that a little farther. I feel like going B5. So then we can just open it up completely. And now we're threatening to go A4. Bishop moves away, then B. Okay, he goes away. All right, let's push A. and then b. If takes, we're gonna push a3 as well. So I don't think that pawn sacrifice can realistically be considered. Okay, we like to open up, we would love to open up that file. We do have queen e7 hitting the knight and a3 pawn, but I think he blocks it with knight c5. So rook b8 can be a bad idea. Let's put the rook on the open file. Okay, now the question is, how do we want to bring the pieces around the king? So that is an immediate way to threaten the checkmate, I guess. How does he defend that? Queen c2, I assume, right? So let's say we go here, queen c2, bishop takes d4, takes, bishop b2 check, king d2. We could also actually, after that, take on f4. Queen e7, knight goes here. Okay, hold on. Queen e7, knight goes c5. Okay. Let's try that. Man, I feel like we gotta be very close to winning here. It feels like we need a few precise moves. Bishop a2. Interesting. Wow. All right, let's attack the rook. Now we're threatening knight d3 check. I guess king b2. Ah, he takes here. But okay, I think this is still good for us, no? Because we're threatening a lot of things on the... If king d4 takes, king there, check, king f1. I mean, we have a lot of... No, yeah. No, I think that king is in trouble. Takes. Check. Okay, rook d2, yeah. Takes. Takes. Yeah, takes. And then we take there. Ow, god damn it. Did I blunder something? Bruh, I'll be really sad. That was very poor. That was very poor. Yeah, man. 4 seconds is way too much. 4 seconds is way too much to not convert this. Ay, ay, ay. Why did I spend the entire 1 second? Like, for real, bro. I was literally thinking about that. I was literally thinking that, like, Dania or Aman, like Hambleton, gonna think that I'm a patzer, probably. Okay, we were 2 moves away, though. 1 and 2 moves away. But yeah, still, not good. Still no bueno. Nah, man, I'm trying to be serious here. I'm trying to be serious here. Don't get me. If I get started with bullet, then it goes all sideways, you know. Um. He saw my bullet skills and he thought he would farm me, huh? That's funny. Oh man, I'm an old man. All right, let's see. So bishop c4, knight f6, knight. This was good. Apparently, okay. Yeah, opening wise, we did good. Knight f4 was correct though. Who was recommending on YouTube? YouTube chat. Karislu. Julian? Is this King Julian? Yo. What's up, Julian? What's up, man? How are you? What's your rating now? It's been a long time, man. Where have you been playing? I haven't seen you around at tournaments in a long time. But I think last time I checked, you were close to 1800. What are you now? Oh yeah, Abina was recommending the knight f4. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I missed that move actually. I played it too fast, and I forgot that knight blocked the route here. This diagonal. This is a lot better. Apparently, on queen e4, I take there, and when king goes to f1, bishop f5, and then queen has to leave away, and then I get my knight out that way. The knight f4. Bishop f5 was the key move that I didn't see actually. Let's quickly check what if he goes like that. I guess we take, there is nothing, right? But we still have knight f4 actually. You know, this type of shenanigans, but it's nothing. We're not castled. We're not castled yet. No, man. I'm committed to rapid. Okay, I gotta play like strictly rapid. I actually want to make a run to 2500. I mean 2500 today. Then like the okay, GF was crazy. Yo. It is not. It is not. It is not really, Luis. It's really not, because just that is an extra motivation. I'm not gonna like deny it. Yeah, GF was a little wild. He can take Queen F3 and E5. That's what I was thinking. It's actually, I want to, yeah, that looks fine. This one did not look fine. Oh, knight f4 immediately, actually. Knight f4 immediately. I only played GF is a caveman. Yeah, I agree. I played knight f4 later on, I think. Right? After he played f5. Ah, no, on the next move. I played it on the next move. But now it's actually bad. Bro, queen check here. Maybe, yeah, I rushed with rook e4 here. I should probably just take. Or maybe like queen c4 check and then g5. And just enjoy an extra pawn. Caller, my man, yeah, you can offer rapid if you want to play rapid. We can play rapid. Because rushed because of 30 seconds. Yeah. David, that's I love your humor, man. You're currently playing, bro. How did you offer me a game if you're playing? Are you are you gonna simul me? Oh, you're not? That's strange. Okay, send it again. Send it again. Let's see. Because I accepted and it said like you cannot accept the challenge because he's playing. Wait, what? You played? What did you play? I mean, I clearly don't see it. It's not in here. You're trolling, don't you? Oh wait, you for real? I thought you were actually just like trolling me. All right, there we go. Okay, g3, bishop g2, short castle, and I'll go d4. So that's another thing. Recent on the previous attempt, I only played with d3 and e4. I'm gonna try to incorporate more d4 and c4 now. Okay, bishop e7 takes on c5. Goonfeld? David, I think goon in the I shouldn't actually even be repeating this. In the recent day is it's a term for something else. I CMD, I only realized it after I said it. After I said it, I realized oops, I probably shouldn't have said this. I actually don't know what that is. But if you say, like, I get an idea now. I get an idea now. Okay, taking with the pawn leads to Tarash positions. So that I'm somewhat familiar with, but I'm actually not sure about knight d5 here. Should we start with queen c2, kick the bishop away? We could actually immediately go e4, but I really like this move a3, making sure that nothing gets on b4. Another interesting attempt could be like queen a4, try to bring the queen on the other side of the board, but the standard way of playing it would probably be just going e4 here, and then we bring the queen out on e2. I think that's probably what I'm going to try to, or should I do queen c2 and then rook d1? That's also an option. Queen c2, rook d1 could be not bad actually. b4, bishop moves away, bishop b2 can also be not bad. But then probably bishop f6, right? Bishop e7, bishop f6. Okay, if I go e4, knight goes back, and then we go queen e2. What about that? e5? Choices. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with b4. Yeah, it does look like ooh. How about some fancy ideas? Rook a2, rook d2. And then we push e4. Man, this looks too good, you know? I wanna flex a little here. Rook a2, rook d2, and then there we go e4. Yeah. Yeah. Get that rook in the game early. Okay. Yeah, I never knew what that is, but yeah. I'm now very good at actually some of those terms. Since I think it's mainly when you grow up here, then you learn those words. If you don't grow up here, it's hard to catch up. Can't believe I'm saying this. Okay, e4, knight goes to c3, knight takes c3. Bishop takes c3, maybe then we can go queen b3 and rook is gonna come in. But we could also also play rook d2 first. Let's say he moves the queen away. Yes, it's all right. Rook here, queen moves away, then e4, knight c3, knight c3, bishop c3, rook d3. uh, Bishop goes back to c3. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Which one do we prefer? We're getting educated here. Don't worry about that. You worry about the game. e4, knight c3, knight takes c3, bishop takes c3. We go queen b3. Let's say bishop goes back to f6. We go rook d2. Okay, how is that different than starting with rook d2, let's say? We play e5, but the thing is with this, I'm thinking that when he plays queen here, we can stop knight c3 somehow, either queen b3 or queen here, and then we can play e4, and then this knight will have to go in a really passive. I think I'm gonna try that. Sorry, CMD, but I have to believe my instincts. Maybe you're right, actually. I don't know. You are right, probably. But it feels like I do not want. So here is my thinking behind it. Okay. My thinking about it is black wants to trade here because that's gonna simplify their job. We do not want to trade. I do not want to trade minor pieces, so I can attack more. So that was kind of why I avoided it, or why I played rook d2 first. And now I'm gonna play queen b3. I think. Start with queen b3. I was asking Dushian. Yo, Alpha Sheep. Sebastian, pawn push, make other horse move. Gamma is asking, bro, what do you think separates a 2100 from a 2450 ELO? You talking about rapid rating, my friend, or classical rating, or any rating in terms of? I think it's kind of like similar, but there are probably little differences in every part of the game. Okay, probably a little bit of a better calculation, probably a little bit of a better understanding of the openings, like depth. No, like having depth in the opening knowledge, and depth usually means more than just 10 moves, and someone at 2450 would know associated middle game plans better than 2100. I think the big difference really is there, like middle game plans. Okay, I guess he wants to play e5 here, right? And what are we gonna do about that? Somehow we don't like our... Okay, let's go knight c3. Yeah, rook d1, I was thinking double castles. Yeah, e5, but now I can get hold of... I was gonna say get hold of the bishop, but what is that worth nowadays? How much is that worth nowadays? You know what? Strike with e4, because now bishop e6 is kind of uncomfortable actually here. 2400 save worse position, half points from a worse position more often. Okay, very good answer. Here though. Knight d5, knight d5 takes, and then knight comes to d4. I don't want to do that. Okay, knight d4. Let's fasten up. The classic phrase, huh? Classic phrase of mine. Let's play faster. Yeah, I did see knight c4. Do we go back or do we go to c2? Probably c2, right? Yeah, I like to start blacks a little more too. Especially considering that they are up 4 minutes on the clock. So we're gonna need to pull some trick here. Let's see if we can pull some trick. I'm not sure actually. It felt like we were doing good, but it feels like we let it slip somewhere. And I'm not sure where we let it slip. B5. Okay. I'm not too unhappy with this position. I start to like it a little, like this a little. Let's attack this. There was threats with bishop f5, so that's why I want to move the queen first, attack the knight on c4, and keep an eye on this b7 pawn. Blake, I'm really low on time. Let me wrap this game up, and then I'll answer your question, okay? I'm assuming rook c8, but then bishop takes b7, right? Oh, here. Okay. Let's play bishop b2. Okay, now is the question. Do we go for this pawn? Is that a good place for the rook? Knight c4, rook takes d4, knight b2, queen b2. Oh, no, actually, this rook is hanging. So, knight c4, rook d4, rook takes d4, bishop d4. Okay. We win a pawn, and we keep the Bishop here. I think that sounds pretty good. Trident chess. What's up, man? Long time. Long time, my friend. Yeah, d4 pawn is coming off. We'll take with the what? Bishop takes, knight c4 and knight c4. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. I like this. Now we're keeping an eye on the g7. I mean, on this diagonal, not only g7, but the entire diagonal. We're actually threatening to take one of these pawns now. And maybe also even bishop g7. I didn't think about this move before, but this knight is in trouble here, no? Let's take this pawn first. And then we'll take this pawn too. There we go, move this guy back. So these guys can march peacefully. Okay. Push. Okay. Push. So it's defended. All right, I think we should be able to convert this. Even an old man, I think, can convert this, no? Should be able to, at least. Let's trade the bishop. Too much time, bro. A lurk. GG's. GG's, my man. Good game. Man, you are doing good. Yeah, I think so too. I think when you play knight c4, you gotta be better here. Somewhere. How much more ELO do I need for GM? About 80 rating points, bro. I haven't played classical tournament in forever. Man, actually this is surprising. Let me bring the eval here, because I kind of would not believe this if you told me. But look at that. Even after knight c4, I'm apparently doing good. I'm like 0.5 here. I thought I was slightly worse. It does feel uncomfortable, somewhat uncomfortable here for... So let's see here. Okay, let's see. A3 was correct. B4 was correct. Rook A2 is not bad. Let's put it that way. It's Rook A2. Bishop B2 was a lot simpler than Queen B3. Okay, I was right with Rook D2. Rook D2 is correct. Apparently, the correct move here is b5. And if you go knight a5, then I go e4. If you go knight... Oh, CMD, actually. Your idea, man. Your idea. Remember, you were saying actually this e5 idea. Dushia, I'm not playing audience at the moment. Hey, Bella Keys. Bella. My friend. Long time no see. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. How is the how is your academy doing? The man, I'm forgetting, but bucks, something bucks, higher bucks or lower bucks, high bucks is. It's lower bucks, I think, right? The lower bucks chess academy. It's been a while. It's been a while. Steady with classes, tournaments, master classes, summer camps. Nice, 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 nice. Yes. What's new with me? Man, what is new with me? Not much, honestly. In terms of also teaching. Now I have been teaching for the last year or so. I've been teaching full time. Man. Man, I haven't played though. I haven't played a classical tournament in a long time. It's the last time I only played here Texas State Championship, but you know, gaining rating at the local is very hard if you don't play like serious tournaments. And I haven't played a serious tournament in probably about 2 years. Okay, anyways, here the B file was the winning move apparently. But hey, I do wanna get back. Okay, there's gonna be a norm tournament here in March, so yeah, no, for sure, I would be interested in. I would be interested in that. Should I text you? I think we're friends on Facebook, right? I'll message you there. Will I stream my tournaments? Man, I'll have to think really what it takes. I think what it's gonna take is probably camera. I'm gonna need a camera and multiple batteries, right? I actually don't know exactly from the technical tech side how do the streamers do it. Do they have like, because with the camera 3-4 hour game I assume is gonna take a lot of battery, no? I do not have actually a camera. I mean, I have a webcam. So if I do decide to do something like that, I'll have to invest in tech as well. This was actually a really interesting position here. Apparently b5 was the winning move. I played queen b3, which is not a bad move, but b5 was a lot more forcing. Because here, what CMD was saying earlier on, after rook d3, I'm gonna trap the bishop. Trident is asking, do I play Pirk? Yes. I played Pirk in my previous game, actually. In my last game, yeah, with black, when white plays e4, I can't do King's Indian, right? So I go Pirk. Good iPhone, YouTube, internet, and the charger for your phone. Do they allow phone on at the tournaments, like in the classical tournaments? Do they allow phones? But it has to be SIM free, or what? Because what what if phone rings or starts vibrating or something, you know? I could probably ask someone actually, like, if I think I probably should be able to think of someone who does. Surprisingly enough, white was actually better throughout the whole ordeal here. Rook a to c8 should be 7, queen g6. Oh, this was your best chance apparently. Okay, that's so hard to find. Phone. Okay. I guess you're gonna turn off. You probably will turn off the data. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, I may have to think about that actually. I mean, would you guys be interested in that? I never know. I feel like watching someone play for 3-4 hours. It's do you guys like actually watching streamers do that? Like when they stream classical games. Okay, and from here on, then I think we converted pretty cleanly. Would like to see another game with it? Okay, let's see. Hopefully our next opponent is gonna play e4. For what it is, it's harder to find strong moves for white compared to black. Maybe that's why it felt like black had a better position there. Yeah, it does feel like a lot of black pieces are active here. But at the same time, let's say after d1 or c2 here, I guess I don't have that many weaknesses, so I'm not sure what black is targeting here. Hey, thank you. Hey, okay, thank you. Thank you, Bella. I appreciate that, man. I always thought it's kind of like related to a lot of like tech, but it's probably not as much. Okay, let me respond to what was the question? Was there any big holdup that you can remember that stopped you getting past 1500? It feels like I'm hard stuck. Well, Blake, my friend, first you have to investigate what is blocking you. So you have to identify your weakness. For some people, the weakness may be calculation, that you keep losing because we miss opponent tactics a lot. It could be that you are okay with calculation, but you don't know how to make a plan. It could be that your openings are really bad, and when you play higher rated players, you never get a good game. So depth is definitely true for all levels. Like depth of knowledge of 1800 compared to 1500 obviously is going to be higher on all parts of the game, right? But the separate, like I do believe that there is also an individual weakness for everyone. So try identify what that weakness is for you. Okay, that's probably the starting place. Once you have identified what your weakness is, then you try to address it. Then the question is, how do you address it? Right? That's then the next question. But the pieces can find their home, so they will be attacked. b5, e5, rook c2. Yep, exactly. Okay, I think I responded to everything, right? If I did not respond to something, please bring it to my attention. And my man, Nigdag, good game, bro. Let's go. For some reason, we're playing with white again, so we'll take it. We'll play bishop g2, and I'm gonna try d4 again. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna be trying more d4 this time. King's Indian attack, French variation. Apparently, this is called French variation. Now we could go short castle and then take on c5 and play like reversed Grunfeld. My opponent is like, draw? No, bro. Okay, now this has to be really bad, though. This has to be really bad, because now I think we can take there and then play c4. So remember how we played the first game? If you were here. This one is even worse. First game, pawn was on e5. Thank you, Blake. Thank you. I appreciate it. I might add, to improve as a beginner, intermediate, you gotta play long games. Quick games make you repeat your weaknesses and reinforce them. Sit at the board long enough and look at the whole board. Very important. Very good advice, my friend. That is absolutely true. If you are serious about getting better, you have to play longer time control games. I would recommend starting 15 plus 10. Okay, if you're playing strictly online. I would also highly recommend actually joining over the board tournament. Okay, because even if you get whooped, you still gonna learn a lot from it. Because when you sit down for 1 hour on a game, you wouldn't want to lose and leave disappointed immediately, you know? So you're kind of forced to put in the effort. Okay, something seems wrong here. I'm trying to see how I can exploit it. Do I exploit it by taking on d5? Do I exploit it by going queen b3? Do I exploit it by going queen a4? Let's start with queen b3. Queen b3, queen here. Queen b6. Takes, queen takes on d5. I guess I do not want to trade. You know what I could do though? I could go here, queen b6, and then I could go queen a4. That's something. I could also go simply knight c3. That also looks pretty good, actually. If d4, then knight e4 or knight a4 and going to c5. Man, we're spoiled of choices here. We have too many good choices here. We could take and play queen a4 check probably. Oh, what if we go queen a4 actually right now? Yeah, queen a4 looks pretty good. Let's play it. Queen b3. I'm Turkish. Manin, China. Exactly. Okay, he plays queen there. Now we'll play knight here. The idea of playing knight, if they play d5, knight e4, and then knight c5 is gonna be coming. Oh, but he can just play e6. Just realized that. Let's go rook d1. Apply max pressure here. Here. Knight g4, knight e4, knight e5, knight c5, queen here, knight b7, queen b7, f4. And we win a piece, don't we? I think so. Right here. Let's try to double check that. Knight takes e5, because otherwise I'm threatening knight d6 check. I'm threatening knight c5 there. I think that looks very good for us. So, oops. Knight g4, knight e4. Ah, okay, that's a fold. That's a hard fold by our opponent. Okay. Of course, Blake. My pleasure, my friend. Okay, now we take on d5 probably. Just this 53-year-old lady started breaking into people's homes and cleaned their homes. She would then leave an invoice demanding $75 for the service. What? Is that a true story? Break into someone else's house and clean their house? And she was arrested? No way. Bella, thank you. Let's try to convert it. Let's try to convert first, and then I'll appreciate the compliment more. I think he's in big trouble here, because I go bishop e3, now knight has to move away, and then I'm gonna have knight e7. Maybe I should have played knight e7 first. Okay, bishop d5 is forced. Again, bishop pair. Bella, you were right. I guess we do like our bishop pair. Okay, bishop takes d5 looks very good. Rook c8, and then we go rook here, and we're also gonna win the a7 pawn. But I think rook takes is also pretty good. Let's see, how do we want to do this? So here, we go rook c1, attack the knight. Let's say knight goes to a4. Now b3, he's gonna have knight c3. So maybe actually, so takes there, knight e4, and a4. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take with the rook. Should I mute Streamlabs or unmod Streamlabs? Streamlabs currently is not a moderator. Then how is it doing this? Okay, rook a5. Rook moves, let's say b8, we take there. You know what? I actually do not want to trade, so I'm simply gonna defend this pawn. Winning side wants to trade pieces. Defensive side wants to trade pawns. So we do not want to. It's probably still quite comfortable for us. We have a bishop pair and the extra passer, so obviously it can be good, can be bad, but rook goes to b5. Rook b8. Rook takes b8. Rook takes b8. I guess b3, but I feel like we can do better. It feels like we should be able to do better. Let's fix this pawn there. On a5. Now somehow I'm gonna try to surround this pawn. So now I wanna play rook b8 anyways. Okay, okay. I'm not giving you that pawn, my friend. I'm keeping it. Okay, bishop c3. Maybe I should have, but I'm still gonna try keeping it. And now I'll go rook b5 anyways. Next, we'll have to dislodge this bishop from here. All right, I mean, we could also try bishop b6 technically. I thought that was not good. Do we go bishop c6 here? Well, b6 immediately looks pretty good. What is he gonna do about it? Bishop c6. Bishop, I guess he will have to try blocking it. Something like that. b6, let's say bishop d4. We takes b7. Yeah, that's gotta be winning, right? I don't see how this can be stopped. Because now the both bishops are... We can actually also, a very important inclusion could be rook c1, attacking the bishop. And then we are also bringing the ideas of rook c8. Okay, push. Check. It's just one check though, no? King moves. Then what? Am I missing something? I mean, we're threatening bishop f4, but even if there was no bishop f4, we can just bring the rook next. Yeah, I think it's a struggle. Oh. Ah, bishop f4, he wants to play knight e2. Okay, he's trying to be smart. But okay, we can try to be smart too. And move our king first. Yeah, he wanted basically, if we go bishop f4, he had this trick of knight e2 check and getting rid of our bishop. Honestly, even if we get into the opposite colored bishop ending, this pawn is so powerful, we're probably still winning. But why would we want to do that, right? Actually, rook d1 would be a lot simpler, just attacking this knight. King f1 was a little too artistic. Always a strategic lesson in your games. Bishop pair, queenside pawn majority, piece activity, initiative, making the enemy pieces passive. You should write a book. Oh man. You think so? Okay. Let's go for that. Let's promote the pawn now. Wow. He's gonna keep playing down a rook? I thought people don't do this in rapid. I thought people only do this in bullet or blitz. Okay. Let's do attack. Check. Okay, let's attack the pawn on f7. That's actually a checkmate threat. Wow. Bro really is gonna play down a rook. Okay, let's get the king over. Hey, Pragma. Thank you. Thank you, man. Okay. I guess people think that for the rapid, 27 seconds is really little, huh? But 27 seconds for a position with an extra rook feels like forever. F3, make sure king doesn't get in there. Nah, bro. Ooh, I gotta be a little careful actually. King c6 would be a stalemate. sure is resourceful. Should we do it exactly on 0.1 second? Ah, you see, my reflexes are... I usually don't like to do that to people that are respectful, but if someone is... Man. Cool, fast grill. Turbo DAX. It's all good, bro. I trust you. I trust you. Bella, thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I've thought actually about writing a book. But do you think financially it's a... Okay, let me ask you actually. Do you think it makes more sense to write a book or make a course nowadays? Which one do you think is financially more viable? Yo, Pragma Solidity. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it very much. Cheers. Cheers. And let me know if you have chess related questions that I can help you with. Becas Gaumodus. Oh. I guess, yeah, that's probably the answer, right? It's usually not one or the other. It's got to be both, right? It's got to be and one and the other. And probably once you have the material for one, then you can convert it into a course, right? That's the modern way of doing it. That makes sense. Clean probably means she takes everything. Big thing to work on is every time I try to learn anything other than ready, I get cooked. What's everyone's favorite openings? Openings? Question mark. Well, Blake, you should probably try to get good at one opening and then move on, not switch back and forth too much. Okay, get to a particular point with one opening and then try to... Hamrock Chess. What's going on? Epsilon. Oh, that's you. Epsilon, what's up? Good to see you, man. Yo! Cheers. Pragma Solidity. You just got me another... I never know with YouTube, man, what their like copyrights is usually, you know? But I just got this hazy IPA, Manhattan Project. It's called Half-Life. It's actually pretty good. Citrusy IPA. I got it at Trader Joe's. Cheers, my friend. Pragma. Bro. Yo, I have a community. Like if you go into this link, and that way we can stay in touch, bro. Like if you have questions like improvement related and any chess related questions, you can ask me there. But thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Yo, crazy. You're crazy, bro. Yo, that's 3 times? That's $15, bro. That is indeed the I think I paid like $11 for a 6 pack. I'll one day send my PGN of me smacking at 1300. That's at 300 in eternity. Let's go, bro. I believe it. I believe it. Cool Fast Grill is asking me, do you think the Grand Prix opening is a good one? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do think Grand Prix is a legit opening. I mean, it's a type of opening that can get you to like to you can play it like up to 2300 level. I mean, even very strong players play Grand Prix attack, so I think it definitely is a legitimate opening. Do you believe Magnus should play for the World Championship again? Well, should is a very subjective take, you know? Should he play? Well, only he knows whether he should or not, right? Probably. And he probably thinks that he does not need to. And he doesn't want to go through the entire cycle. I mean, I kind of understand. He accomplished everything in the chess world. And he wants to take some time off, take it easier, spend some time with his family, with loved ones, friends, and still does chess, but now pass the torch to next generation. It's kind of actually very, like, in my opinion, respectable. Because if he did stay, then he should beat these guys up, right? He's not gonna just let them win. So, Pragma, yeah. When you send me, I mean, if you join the group, you can send me the games there. Who's my biggest, most memorable win? Man, I've beaten actually a lot of players. Like online, I've beaten Ali Reza. Probably most memorable is Ali Reza. I've beaten I mean, I've beaten Hikaru. That's probably my biggest win is Hikaru in a 3 minute chess though. It was not the classical. Um, I've beaten Arjun Erigaisi. Maxime Washil Lagrau also. And I got very close to beating Magnus. Twice. You have the name, the title, knowledge. You're an artist of games. You're always creating. You have your chess community. What are you waiting for? I know, Bill. I know, man. I need a. I need a system. I think that's what it is. You know. Um, I feel like I need a system because there are a lot of projects I want to get involved with. Um, but you know how it is. Then you get more students. Usually, you get more students. You get busy, and then the cycle goes on and on. Because when you're working on a book and on a course, you need a commitment to it, right? I feel like doing it while doing everything else is hard. So I need a system, and I probably need to start waking up earlier. That's what I need. Right now I'm waking up like probably around 8 a.m., which is, I know it's quite late. But I need to move that probably to 6 a.m. and start going to sleep earlier. Book, make the book your number one priority, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you don't prioritize it, the work will, I mean, the creative work will not prioritize you, or will not prioritize itself. Have I ever beaten Fabiano Caruana? Fabi, I have not actually. No, I have not beaten Fabi. I've played him 2 times, and I think in one of my games I was like incredibly close, like Fabiano Caruana. Let's see. I remember actually playing one of the games against him. I was really close. Yeah, no, I haven't beaten him. I have 3-0 against him. I don't know if you can see it, but he's beating me 3-0. But very first game that we played, look at the very first game I played against Fabi actually. It was somewhat of a mess. Okay, like first I was worse, then I was okay. I held my own here, and then I was okay. This was the position at first, but somehow he botched this, and then I turned it around. And look at this position now: Rook D1, King G2, and man, Queen D3. Game over. I had like literally mate in two. Like Queen D3. I'm threatening Queen F1 checkmate. And when he plays Queen A6 to stop it, I go Queen B1, and then again it's a checkmate. Give me a sec. Um, Do they have like later? What time? What times do they have? 11 to 1. 1 to 3. Let's do 1 to 3. Are you at work? From 1 to 3 session? Do they have earlier? Like maybe 7 to 9? Don't hurt your hand. Honestly, if you really want to, we can do like. But they have 10 people in the wait list for 9 a.m. Okay. We got a Tile Tuesday or a morning pickable. That's the question. Which one are we going with tomorrow morning? Yo, another super chat. Thank you, bro. Can code guy? Okay. Yeah, I'm edging you right now. And in general, everyone, if you would like to join my community, it's completely free. And I can't say that I'm super active in that community, but I'm always monitoring. And if you need to ask me questions, you can ask me there. And I do put in a little bit of courses there and lessons out, maybe once a week or so. And it's completely free. So I have the link in the description, one that says work with me. Like that's the link, if you would like. Bella. Yeah, man, I used to do that. I need to get back to that. I think my new schedule, I gotta adjust my schedule to maybe like 6 a.m. and then go for a morning run. And then get back and get to work. It's the whole thing. But we like to stay up late, man. That's the problem. We like to stay up late and watch stuff, which is not ideal, I know. I'll code you a private chest rep, sorry, bro. So you can also have your members use that. Yo, my man. Okay, let's talk, bro. I can definitely use like help in like in a lot of ways. That's the link. How much is a private lesson after the free one? $75, my friend. But we can talk about the little discount for the package of 10 classes. Luis was saying, I'm a slacker. I rather sleep late and wake up late. Me too, bro. Me too, but world moves fast, you know? Because then you get up, you do like one thing, and then you have to start working, and then later in the day, you have to be a responsible adult. So that, and then the day is gone. Yeah, I don't think I charge a lot. Let me fill up my water actually. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. We were contemplating whether we can play in the morning or not tomorrow. Okay. She wants to go play in the morning. We play pickleball together. But tomorrow is Tuesday, and men's gotta play title Tuesday. You know. If it's a good title Tuesday, then I'm usually happy about it. But if the title Tuesday goes bad, I play bad, and then I also didn't go to do other things, I would be very sad. That's the trade-off of being a chess player. Have I ever beaten Prague? I actually have beaten Prague too. Yes. Is it too late to schedule my free private lesson for tomorrow because my classes got canceled because of the great blizzard of... You have a blizzard right now? Bro, tomorrow... I don't think I can do tomorrow. But if you're... Gukesh is unworthy of the title champion? Nah, bro. Nah, he deserved it. He's very, very deserved. Okay, the fact that last couple of tournaments he's been playing bad doesn't mean that he's unworthy. I think he very much deserved it. He managed to lock in. He managed to lock in when it mattered. All right, all right. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Bella, for the nice words, man. And yeah, you can see what I'm doing in there. It's still obviously in a building process, but I try to put out some lessons in the classroom pages. I have it split into. I'll show you real quick here. Basically, I try to do the martial arts kind of structure and have it split into belt systems, like 0 to 500 white belt, then 500 to 1,000 green belt, then 1,000 to 1,500 purple belt, and then 1,500 to 2,000 brown belt. So I have basically classes or lessons from 0 to 2,000. Okay. I don't have more than that yet. Okay, you'll have to excuse me on that. But I do have few other courses here that I feel like, or mini courses rather, that I feel like would be helpful for a little higher rated players too. But the concept is basically you go to, let's say you choose one, and then you see, okay, I can't show the full, you probably are not able to see the full screen here, but you have the video, and then I have a little write-up, and then I have the links to chess.com library or Lichess studies with exercises on those topics. Okay, so that's basically the concept, how it works. All right, Pragma, thank you very much for stopping by, my man. And yeah, happy wife, happy life. You do have to accommodate that for sure. Thank you. Yeah, still in the building process here. It's there needs to be adjustment made, but you get the gist. You get the gist what it's about. And then I want to do the similar things basically on openings and different parts of the game. I'm doing one by one. I try to put out one lesson a week. Gukesh, yeah, absolutely deserved it. What's up, Orange Juice? Orange Juice CEO. All right, back to the game. We are playing a 2299. Let's go knight f6. Yeah, Pragma, we'll stay in touch. Take care, my friend. Have a good night. Yeah, basically online chess academy. I'm sure you have a lot more experience with that than I do. Okay, let's go through King's Indian, Bishop G7. I think someone earlier on mentioned Pirk. So sorry I can't do Pirk right now. My opponent did not play E4, but we'll have to do the King's Indian this time. So yeah, the material for the book is ready. Yeah, I do feel like, honestly, like, well, appreciate, first of all, I appreciate you saying that. Because yeah, I myself don't like oil salesman type, you know, when like, so I try not to sell people stuff. You know, I don't want to be that guy that, oh, here, like, sell, you know. So I feel always that I need to give value first. But I think I've gotten to the point where I do feel that I am giving value. So that I can start promoting my products. Now, knight d7 is a move, knight c6 is a move. Which one do we want to go with? Let's go with knight c6. How much line of theory do you remember? Also, do you remember all those variations too? So here's the thing. I don't really memorize this, okay? Mainly, I just watch other players play. Like, I'll watch tournaments. I'll watch, like, strong players, master players play it, you know? Like grandmasters play it. And then I try to kind of repeat what they do. So if you're asking me, do I remember these variations? I've never looked into this line, honestly. Maybe with white a little. Maybe that's a little exaggeration, but still, I don't really memorize this stuff. Okay, where do we move the knight? Do we go back to b8? Do we go to e7? Or do we go to a5 to attack the c4? a5 looks a little sketchy, right? Queen a4, we go b6. Knight c3. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to keep it simple, huh? But I do want to go... Okay, I'm going to be a simple man here and go to e7, the most natural place. Oh, bishop g5. Okay, he wants to trade here, I guess. Is that not good for us? Is that trade not good for us? Or am I confused? But Bella, that does make me feel a little more confidence, man. Knight b8 is the computer move. What's up, Grant? It makes sense. This knight, it feels like on e7, it's actually not really doing that much. Okay, let's go g4. If they take here, we'll take and put the knight on d4. Have you addressed the refutation with Fabiano's d4, c4, g4? Man, I don't think I've addressed the refutation actually, but I know what to do now. But I remember looking at it when it happened, but if you ask me now, I don't think I remember actually. Let's take with the knight, so we could park we can park that knight on d4. It felt like knight b8 had to be the correct move, because then it can be rerouted to a5 and probably come to c5. Yeah, Bella, I'm not very good with. Definitely I feel like sales is one thing I have some work to do on, you know. Sales not my strong suit. Okay, he wants to come queen g6 and queen h7. So I guess we have to stop that. Probably queen f6, right? What? What? I think that's just a bad move. Well, we just take here and then he just blundered the pawn, I think. As simple as that. Okay, how are we gonna use that pawn though? Maybe like this and then start pushing. We wanna, honestly, I feel like tempted to open it up with e4 so we could give this bishop life. Should we do that actually? Man, I'm very tempted to do that. So it doesn't get blocked. I mean, there's probably no need to do it, but it's extra, so we might as well. We might as well give it up for the boys. And bring this bishop to life. Okay, you're giving me motivation now. Like, if I have something, I feel like if I have a target, like I'm good at doing like things in block, meaning that I can block out if I have a target and a clear challenge. I'm good at getting it done, okay, when I have the direction. So you're giving me motivation now, Bella, to start waking up 2 hours earlier, so I can do it maybe in the mornings. That would probably be the best time to do it. Well, I just played e4. Why e4? Asks my God. Because if knight or something blocks this diagonal, my bishop is gonna be bad. Okay, this bishop is gonna be a sad piece. Okay, I can talk to pieces, and they are talking to me back that, bro, all your pieces are having fun. What did I do wrong? Why am I stuck inside this wall? So I was like, fine, I'm gonna give it up just so I can open you and get you in the game. Doing a fork with the knight, with the two rooks, is a good idea. Definitely a good idea if I'm allowed to play knight c2. But the pawn was on e5 before e4. So knight c2, bishop was covering it from g6. Okay, bishop takes e4. Probably bring the rook, right? Let's bring the rook in. Okay, bishop goes d3. Now it's probably time we start push a piece. What do you think about that? Ah, he wants to go knight e4. Okay, let's go here or here first. Let's go here first. Boys and girls, exactly. For boys and for girls. It was probably not necessary to give up this pawn. We could have moved the bishop back and start pushing these pawns. And try to use that extra pawn. But I think we're still better here. This bishop is quite powerful of a piece. I'm not 100% sure what am I going to do with it though. Like, yeah. Okay, let's play a6 not to allow knight b5 type of stuff. But then what, right? Most likely they are also kind of sitting here, probably doing nothing. So probably gonna try to go h5, h4. But yeah, you see, it's really hard for white to find moves. If I go here and they go knight e4, I have knight f3. Knight to e4. I think I'm gonna have bishop f5 and pin. So let's do that. Let's go h5. And we're trying to create the passer. You may be asking why bishop g4, and that's probably a legitimate question, which I do not have a good answer for. Let's go bishop f5 now. We're we're pinning the knight. And now what? I guess rook e3. b4, okay. Alright, we keep doing our thing. Let's go h4. I don't think there's anything going on with the other side of the board, is there? Like c5, I guess, but this pawn is not hanging. We're pinning the knight. So I don't think that's interesting. Interesting. g4. What's the idea of g4? I guess if we take there, they want to take here. Maybe bishop e5. And then h3. Just straight up promote the pawn. Yeah. Yeah, knight g5, bishop e5. That's my idea here. Now we're trying to push the H pawn. My opponent just resigned when I had made in one. What a buffoon. Yeah. If you got that far, you might as well allow it, right? Okay, f3. We could take this, but that would mean that we should part our ways with our precious bishop pair. And I do not want to do that. So I'm going to go all the way back. My precious. Honestly, it does look pretty good, actually. Maybe we should take the pawn. Because this bishop is going to be so powerful, right? Knight f3 takes bishop f3, knight takes f3, rook takes f3. Let's see, bishop e4, rook g3 check, king here check, king e2. I mean, should be winning, but it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. Something with the bishop pair. Since we were talking about the bishop pair, I think we... How to improve in chess? I am 2300 and struggling to improve. Are you talking about 2300 like USCF? You talking about rapid rating 2300? Blitz rating 2300? Or what's 2300? Okay, now I'm good with taking this guy. Okay. That looks like a... Okay, there's no checks. And that way we got to keep the bishop pair. Important. Okay. Something has to fall here. So what is it that's falling? What do you guys think? Do I just move on the side? Bishop f5? Okay, let's see. I think because he's gonna try to be smart and go for the tactic here. Nah, he didn't. Okay, on that, we can just play bishop d4 and then take here. Yeah, I think... Wait, hold on. Actually... Okay, you know what? I don't like to get too low on time here. So I'm just gonna move my king. I thought I could take on, like, check, take on e4 and then... But this should be, I think, good enough. Let's move the rook. Rook h2. Damn. Bro folded real hard. Okay, but now we take here, though. Nah. So I noticed this, actually. Once rapid players get low on time... Oops. Get low on time, they start to panic. Like, when you're accustomed to playing blitz, 20 seconds is the oceans of time. Amster, Jennifer Lopez. What's that song? Yeah, no, that was, I think, a poor game from our opponent. But again, Bella, we played the bishop pair. We used the bishop pair again. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose, okay? I swear. But you can tell probably who my favorite player is. One of my favorite players. Um, Ulf Anderson, man. You can tell that I kind of like, as a young player, I drew a lot of inspiration from Ulf Anderson. And definitely Karpov too. I feel like Karpov's is it 100 games or 60 games? Definitely played a big role on me, but but the one that really inspired me was Ulf Anderson, and I designed a lot of my openings according to Ulf. And I have a story actually, how it all started. I was playing a tournament in Spain, and I won a Blitz tournament. And this was the club of Miguel Illescas, actually. I'm sure that you know Miguel. And he gifted me a book. Like, as a winner of the tournament, he gifted me a book by Jan Tiemann. Book's name is... It's about minor pieces. Okay? Minor piece play. I think it's called Minor Piece Play Jan Tiemann book. Yeah, it's called this. The Power of Minor Pieces. Okay, this is not it. This looks like, but it's called the Power of the Minor Pieces. Okay, by Jan Tiemann. And I was 15 years old. And you know, you are in a foreign country. You're hoping when you win a Blitz tournament, you get money. So I remember being, man, I was like, book. I was not much of a book reader back then, you know. I actually was. No, I was, but my English was not good. That's what it was, actually. And I didn't realize what I had in front of me. This book is actually now rare, on Amazon. It costs like $200 right now because it's not in print anymore. So I didn't look... kinda actually. So I remember I did not look at the book for a very long time. And then we had to travel to another city by train. And back then I didn't have like smartphone and stuff. So what am I gonna do in the train? Let's take this book and read. So I took a book and actually started reading it. And boy, I did fall in love with Ulf. Like, he basically went over a lot of Ulf's games in that minor piece. There were like other games as well. But I remember very first game is Ulf Anderson against... I literally still remember the game. I think the very first game in the book is knight f3, like knight f6, something like this. Short castle, bishop e7, c4, Short castle. It's b3. Ah, no, 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 no. It was basically something like this, actually, like g3 here, 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 or here, 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 then b3, bishop e7, here, short castle, e3, d6, d4, a6, d5, takes on d5, knight h4. I think it's knight d7, I believe. Somehow, yeah, I think something like this, knight c3. No hablas español, my friend, unfortunately. But I was a kid. I did not think about. I was in Barcelona, so Barcelona speaks Catalonian. So I spoke a little, but it was a long time ago, 2009. I think the move is here rook e8, if I'm not wrong. And it's something like knight d5 takes, queen d6. And then you go queen g6, I think. Or queen g3. But yeah, this this was the first game. I actually wonder if there is a game like this in the database. Can I somehow look up the games from this position? Master games. Yeah, how can I do that? I don't know how to do that on chess.com. Yeah, anyways, like this was the game basically. This was the first game, and Ulf wins a very nice game, bishop versus knight. Okay, and then there were a bunch of others, other games, and that's basically how I fell in love with Ulf Anderson. That was a long story, but it's pretty cool story, I think. No, she's Vietnamese. I watched Ulf on ICC for hours. Yeah, man, I didn't have like, I think when I started getting good at chess, he had already retired, so I actually never had a chance. Man, I don't know how to disable Streamlabs. Yeah, yeah, and I actually then I understood how nice of a gift that was actually that he gave me, and then I was very grateful because okay, if it was not a book, it would probably be like $50 or 50 euros or something like that, you know. That I would probably go and like buy chocolates or like chips and chocolates and like a lot of soda. That's how we had fun at 15 years old. Let's actually check if e4 was legitimately a good move. Okay. It's, yeah, computer doesn't like giving up material like that, you know? So it's before E4, it's minus 1.3. After E4, it's minus 0.6. So it drops about 0.7. But black is still better though. And yeah, then we did convert. Let's check. Should we have put the knight on E7 or B8? Wow, computer says actually does go to E7. Or why not go back here and then A5? Okay, this is also an option. Andrew, good morning. Romanka. Okay, let's see. 2544. Okay, this looks like a serious player. So let's see. B6. Wow. B6. What is this move? Very interesting. What if we go C4? Man, I remember someone play. Okay, C4. Let's say they go E6. Then what do we do? We go short castle. Let's say bishop there. Okay, I'm too tempted. Who doesn't understand the total domination weeks with bishop pair, pawn and the initiate, pass pawn and the initiator. Exactly. Exactly. I would still make that choice probably if I had the chance. Okay, but don't we get the center now? Queen d5. Wow. Wow. Okay. So I guess he wants to go here. No, back? I am so confused here. Like, what's going on? You can play chess like this? And it is okay? Alright, let's go d4. Wow, c6. Okay, no way. No way, bro. No way this is good. Alright, let's see. Like, I had some doubts before this move, but now I know for sure this can be good. Do we want to go rook d1 and c1 or rook d1 and e1? Or does it matter? I don't think it matters. Okay. Will look as beautiful as it gets here. Our position does. I mean, okay. Give us the dark script. Bro does not care. I'm 1700 and I'm 14 years old. Can I achieve a title like yours in my life? There's been people that started at like 16, 17 years old and become grandmasters. So yes. Okay. So how do we break? Start with h4. h6 as expected. We go knight e5. d5 is what? Takes. How is d5? Takes. Knight d5, knight d5, bishop d5, rook d5, pawn takes, queen e7. Is that not just winning? So what are you gonna do if I play d5? d5 takes, pawn takes. You can't take with the pawn because queen e7. Knight takes d5, knight takes d5, bishop takes d5, rook takes d5, pawn takes d5, queen takes e7. Okay, that's gotta be winning, right? I'm gonna be really sad if I miss a tactic because we have such an overwhelming advantage. I volunteer to Yo, why? What up, bro? What up, bro? Good to see you, man. How are you? Not so late. It's 10:30 only. Man, there is no way in the world that this can be good. Black is very close to, like, first of all, if you go e6, bishop moves back, and then e5, that bishop is going to the jail for quite some time. But even more attractive looks this move right here. Which I do not see how he's gonna stop. Because we're gonna go queen c4. Knight cannot... knight, bishop f8. That's what it is. Sledding accident, bro. Sledding accident. I was... we got a snow here in Dallas. And... you know, there are different versions in my chat. One version is let's go knight d4. There are different versions that exist on the internet. One is that I got into chess boxing recently. Another version is that scholars made it someone and they got mad. I'm in Texas. And third is that we got a winter storm in Texas and I was sledding. Which one do you think is the most likely out of all that? Okay. What? Bro is confused. Wait, he's just gonna give me the piece? Or am I getting trapped? I clearly am not getting trapped, right? Queen there. Let's say queen d7 or queen f7. I can take queen a7 or go bishop d6 maybe. Queen a7, rook there. No way I'm getting trapped, is it? Like, takes queen f7, queen a7, rook there, queen b6. Nah, bro. Ah, what? What? I thought he was trying to some sort of tricks to trap. But e5 then the rook is hanging. Yeah, no, I think something's king f7. Okay, you can't be serious, bro. Now you're just down a full piece. Not even a pawn, full piece. How is bro 2500 in rapid? My nose is little healed, yes, Andrew. Thank you for noticing. It's a lot better. Sometimes I keep forgetting when I'm putting the shirt on or something, you know. And it feels like, you know, when you eat something really spicy and your nose, like you feel it in your nose. That's how it feels. Knight h7. Okay, this guy gotta be trolling. Look at the bishop on b7. What a piece, huh? What a piece. Okay, I guess we can trade and then park the other knight on d6, huh? We could also go f4 actually. We have all the time in the world. Okay, how do we do this now? We can take and go knight d6, but I think h5, f5 is probably simplest, no? Why? Did you watch Tada Still? Cruise Control. Did you watch Tada Still and what did you think, bro? Yeah, I don't know how is bro not resigning. Let's take with the bishop and try checkmate the king, huh? I mean, obviously this is winning too, but I wanna force the king to go to h5. Yeah, Oro versus Carissa was Faustino versus Carissa. I actually did the video on that on my YouTube. Okay, bishop f5 check, king goes back, e6, king goes away, e7, f5, king goes away, bishop f7, that's also... We're up a rook there, right? All right, let's just go bishop f5. You know the game that I really liked actually? Carissa's win against... My favorite one is Jordan versus yeah. Okay, let me quickly wrap this up. So I guess check, right? I mean, I don't get it. What's the point of playing rapid games if you're gonna try to keep playing positions like this? Like, what's the point? No, Oro. Does not need. I don't know but he needs a Swiss. He already has. FIDE changed the rules, and one of your norms should be Swiss. Cross check just for. I did all this line for bishop. Honestly, for this move, bishop d4. That's funny, man. Check this way or this way? Pro is really gonna play this, huh? Okay. We're gonna do what we do. I wasn't able to do it quite 0.01. I have done 0.01 before. Watch out for lag. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. His overall performance rating was 2535 and it needs to be 2600 to qualify for a GM norm. Yeah, I don't know, but actually he needs, I think, he needs Swiss. He already has 2 norms in the closed tournaments. He needs a Swiss tournament. And he has 2 months. He has 2 months to get it if he wants to break the record, Mishra's record. I know d5 was nice, right? Let's check. Let's make sure that d5 was correct. Yeah, d5 was correct. Okay, bro played like really bad. I don't know what these moves were. Like, first just waste the tempo in the center like that. Then give me pretty much everything. Then waste more time. Yeah, that was a very one-sided affair. What's your FIDE rating? Somewhere a little above 2400. If you're asking FIDE. It will lead to fever and cold. Keep yourself warm. You think about my nose? Yeah, Jordan versus Vincent was a good game. But bro, did you see Carissa's game against who was it? Eileen Roberts. That game was something else, man. That game is such a good illustration. I actually wanted to, now that reminded me of, I want to make a video of that. Bishop versus Knight. And like, I feel like chess coaches should show this to their students. Bishop versus Knight. Wow, this is cute. This is a cute picture of Andy. Carissa Eve versus Eileen. Bishop versus Knight. This is a very good lesson on the Bishop versus Knight. So it gets traded here. And then they're left with literally knight versus a bishop. But there's more to it. Not only that, other pieces get traded, but queens also get traded, okay? Then rooks also get traded. Rooks also get traded. And now it's just straight up knight versus a bishop. Black moves the knight around. First, g2 pawn has to be protected, so g2 is the weakness. Where is king going actually? Where is that king going? I think it's a zugzwang basically, like here. Eventually, she's gonna go g4, I think, but it's completely over. It's like -6 here, but she takes the pawn on c3, and then moves knight all the way back. And back to e3, winning the g2 pawn, and then Eileen resigns. I thought that was actually a very cool game by Carissa. Prime example of knight domination versus bishop in close positions. That was that was good, no? I really like that. I mean, yeah. Other than that, what else did I enjoy? What was my favorite game? Do I have one favorite game? Let's see. Prague versus Vincent was really good. Yeah, all whites. All white pawns are on light squares. All white pawns are on light squares. The only pawn was on the dark square and it got captured. It is poor art, isn't it, Bella? I was like, man, this must have felt so satisfying during the game. Carissa was probably like, yeah, she was wearing her Picasso hat, Picasso beret, not just a hat, the beret, beret hat. That's... Prasanna, I actually never put in the effort to gain my rating in Rapid. This is my first time. Okay, I've always been playing Blitz, but recently I've been suggested on stream here that people would like to see more Rapid. So I only recently started playing Rapid. Okay, so that's the reason, and I'm trying to push it up now. Come on, bro. The GOAT. You wanna play a game and you suggest me a bullet game? Bro. Bro. And what are we gonna accomplish with the bullet game? Like, what are we going to accomplish? Let's say you beat me in a bullet game. I mean, probably you won't. Because I'm pretty good at bullet too. But what are we going to accomplish with it? I mean, even if you win, like, even if you win, I have beaten Hikaru in bullet, and I've beaten Prague in bullet. But so what? It don't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. So bullet is just for fun. If you want to actually get better, you should play longer time control games. Yeah, I think in terms of the favorite, you're asking me which one was my favorite game. What was my favorite game actually? I think it might be Vincent Keimer versus Prague, bro. Winning with black from this tournament. Arjun lost a lot of rating, yeah. Like, there was a game. Here, I'll show real quick. All right, Hamrock. Later. Later, my man. I think it was this game. I think that one was the one that I feel like this was a fun game. So Prague sacrifices a piece here. The 95. If you take with the king, he's getting. Look at this. Look at this line, and king is suddenly getting mated on d4. And then it was a mess, and basically Vincent then ends up. So it was very unclear. And again, a bishop pair. Since today's topic, I guess, is a bishop bishop pair. Another very good illustration of the bishop pair here. These are back-to-back like brilliancies here, though. Like that's a one brilliancy. That's another brilliancy. There are like bunch of sacrifices happening on the board. I know I'm going very fast here. Wow and wow. What a mess. I know, right? Another brilliancy here, sacrificing the rook. And then bishop pair is going to dominate. There are... White has 3 pawns. But they're going to start dropping like flies. As the popular saying goes. And then basically, yeah, wins all the pawns. And then he's gonna checkmate the king here. So yeah, I think if I have to choose one game, I'm probably choosing this. Okay, maybe one more game. Okay, another 2500. Let's go. Why am I getting so many whites? Okay, okay. Let me take a note of that. Let me take a note. That's actually okay, okay, okay. That's a good point. A little bit of a story, actually, right? A little bit of a story about me. What? Let me take the note here. Page. Did you become master? And what did you do to make FM than I am? Okay, okay. Yeah, I can see actually why how that would be curious. Should be a plastic coordinator. The rook, yep. Okay, what do we want to do with this? Do we want to allow e5 or do we want to go d4? Do we want to go c4? I have few questions. I think I'm gonna try to keep it simple and play castle. Actually, I'm not gonna engage into any of. Should we do c4 though? d4. Let's play true King's Indian attack. Composure kept. Nightbot is a liar about the 100 bits in his Streamlabs. Okay, let's play King's Indian. You came back for abusing the bots. That's hilarious. All right, let's go e4. Take back with a pawn. Man, I kind of actually... Let's take with the knight. I want to take with the knight, actually. People say there are tons of cheaters. At the higher rating. Man, knock on the door. I haven't faced that many yet. I feel like actually around 2,000 people cheat more, no? Or I guess, yeah, it's a lot of it is really matter of matter of luck. Wow, he goes f5 straight up. Should we go on c5? Or do we go back to c3? Or do we go back to d2 and then c4? Questions, questions, questions. I feel like going there. I don't know why. I'm at the 2000, 2100 range and don't run into cheaters. Or I'm not good at telling if someone is cheating. Yeah. I've played a few, but honestly not that many here. I get more cheaters actually. Um, a lot of cheaters, I think, actually, I get more on the stream because people get excited. Oh, I'm playing a streamer. I want to show how good I am. So I did think about that, and I thought that this was initiating a little bit of a weakness. Now, I'm not very happy with what knight is gonna be doing on b3. Probably not much. Not very happy with the prospects of that knight. But let's see. I'm gonna try to exploit the center somehow, if I can. What does it take to get a title? Okay, that's a good point. Actually, you're right. You're right. Yeah. What does it take to get the title? I guess, Bella. Since I've only started this group, maybe like a few months ago, and first my thought into it is I want to address lower rated groups, and once I feel like okay, I'm in a good spot, then do probably 2000 plus material. So that's why I've been focusing a little more on the like lower rated material. But what you're saying does make a lot of sense. Baseball, what's up? Bishop goes to g5. Do we want to go bishop g5? Do we want to attack the e7? Because this bishop is not going to be... Queen d6 I don't believe is a good move, actually. Because now... some sort of knight d2, this knight can come to c4 with the tempo. Actually, what if we do that right now? I'm assuming he's going to do bishop a6. Thank you, Hamrock. Thank you for saying that. Yes. Baseballer, my friend. You can do it in one message. Right now we're actually threatening here. We have a little threat, which is knight takes e5. Bishop takes e5, bishop takes e7, queen takes e7, bishop takes c6, and all is going to be falling apart. If knight d5, I think we're still gonna go knight back to d2 and head towards the c4. But I think it makes more sense, no? Don't you think? Don't you think it makes a little more sense? Like, eventually I do want to get to that point. That's a lot more fun for me to make the material for like serious players. But you know, supply and demand kind of. First, I guess you have to try to to appeal to the larger audiences, and then niche down. Bishop takes e7, knight takes e7. Okay, this rook is now defended, so it's not gonna be hanging. So let's go straight up like that. I'm assuming now he's probably going to try to play b5 to stop it. Rave is King's Indian main weapon. I play a lot of Reti. It's not my... I would say I'm probably more of a d4 player. But I got a challenge from one of our dear members of the community that there was a $100 on the line if I can get to 25... what is it? 25 with just King's Indian white and black. And it was actually something that I myself have been curious, because I thought it was a good content material. So I thought I would give it a try. But no, I tried to play different. Primeruto. What? Okay, bishop e6. Now is it time to take? I think our bishop pair domination has to come to an end. It feels like, because if I go knight c4, bishop takes. Okay, I need to play a little faster. Yeah, I was trying to get that knight on c4. 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . 4 . Okay, knight here takes again. Okay, we can't take there. Okay, now I do wanna approach this guy. How do we approach this guy? Maybe like that. C3 and queen a4. It does weaken my d3 pawn quite a bit, and I'm aware of it. But once I go queen a4, I think it's going to be quite uncomfortable to defend this knight, no? And plus, most importantly, what I want to do is bring my knight on c4. From where it's going to be attacking the pawn on e5. Because if I played knight c4 early on, then I was thinking he was going to take. So now I can actually comfortably play knight c4. I think, at least. Can I play comfortably? Knight g5 was also quite nice, actually. But what if we go knight c4? Yeah, attack this guy. You can't take here, can you? Queen c6. Ah, c4 is hanging, so maybe he can actually. But okay, we can't be worse there by any means. Knight takes e5. We're still probably slightly better. Okay, let's quickly try calculate this. So if he takes there, we have bishop f1, but queen c4 is going to be the case, right? Queen c4. Knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, rook takes e5, queen c6, bishop c6. Do we want to trade queens, or do we want to keep queens on the board? I think we want to keep queens on the board, no? Because king looks somewhat exposed. Now, looks a little equalish, but it's not quite equal because, first of all, a7 pawn is hanging. Secondly, king is a lot weaker than our king. And that's about it. And I think also our light squared bishop is a lot stronger. Okay, here goes queen d6. So knight c6. Ooh, okay. Looks like something should be getting trapped here. Like here, for example, queen c5. That can't be right, no? Rook takes e6, rook takes e6, bishop d5. This looks very sketch. Okay, what am I missing? Queen c5, rook takes. Rook takes bishop here. Rook e8. Queen b3 maybe? Okay. We're going with it. Bishop d5 or queen d6? Which one is better? I mean queen b3, sorry. Queen b3, rook e8. Ooh, we have rook d8, but then king is gonna move, I guess. Bishop d5 then? Bishop d5. What's the deal? Ooh, I see a very cool move after bishop. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. I think it's coming. I see a very nice next move. That I think he's gonna wrap this game up. Knight d8 is the move I'm talking about. Knight to d8 next. Oh, there we go. Queen d6. I think we still have knight d8, don't we? Let's double check. Knight d8 you can't take with the rook because bishop takes here. And then we win the rook. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, queen b3 was probably also winning. But you gotta allow knight d8, no? Chefkist. Check. Okay. Now we win a queen. Check. Check. Okay. Check. And mate. That was nice. Boom. Boom. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Men only want two things or three things. And this is one of them. Light square strategy. That is right. Football Felix. Just like sledding in Dallas, these 2500s are highly unlikely. That was good. That was good. Men only want three. One's got